Berlin Wall epitomized the very nature of the Cold War. One might think of the ultimate symbol of the Cold War as any number of nuclear weapons, but the Cold War was a war of ideology, and the wall represented the irreconcilable differences between the communist world and the democratic world. A real-life Iron Curtain, one that caused pain and suffering, and a loss of identity for the people in the city of Berlin that no bomb could achieve.
The Berlin Wall represented a uniquely squalid, violent, and as we now know, ultimately futile episode in the post-war world. The subsequent international crisis over Berlin, which was especially intense during the summer and autumn of '61, threatened the world with the risk of a military conflict, one that seemed as if it could escalate at any time to a terrifying nuclear confrontation between the US and the Soviet Union.
The story of the Berlin Wall and the circumstances surrounding its erection is the story of power politics and the thermonuclear threat.
Comrade Khrushchev, honestly now, how would you describe your actions regarding the Berlin Wall?
You know something? You want to know? I'll let you know. Berlin, the city of Berlin, is the testicles of the West. Whenever I want the West to scream, I squeeze on Berlin.
Berlin was where the Cold War began with the Soviet blockade, where Soviets and American tanks faced each other virtually snout to snout for the first time, and where the grisly name of nuclear brinksmanship was introduced. Did its erection halt a downhill tumble toward the wall that might have engulfed the globe? Or would the world be a better place today had it been immediately, unceremoniously, defiantly demolished?
Some people, like Adelheid Miller and Hans Dusseldorf, would rather that the Berlin Wall had never been built.
Als die Wand gestiegen
When the
ist,
wall went up,
hat meine Familie grobe
my
Tränen
family
gelitten.
suffered greatly.
Meine Mutter hat wochenlang geweint,
My mother cried for weeks,
weil ihre Schwestern
because her
und
sisters and
Brüder in
brothers
Est-Berlin
lived in East
gelebt
Berlin.
haben. Wiener Schnitzel Volkswagen.
When I married, I moved away from home, but only a few streets away from the house I grew up in. When the wall went up, my parents were trapped in East Berlin. I could still see the house on the other side of the wall across no man's land. But when my son was born, his grandparents could only see him from a distance, akin the width of a football field. My father did not live long enough to hold his grandson.